Oh boy. Oh, what? Tekken is down. Might have to end the stream and play something else. I might play some Mecha Break. Do you know what Magic Mirror is? I know it's Falkenraum Day. Alright, I'll put it on. Mortal Kombat, where I don't even know if I still have that installed. I don't think I even have that installed still. What up, Great Neko? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty grab heavy. I definitely utilize more of the 50-50s with the throws. Because I can't really do ISW.
Get ready for the next battle.
What up, Why Try? Actually, let me... I can't even play as Fox because I don't have the season pass. I'm gonna have to get that. Sabalos, thank you for the follow. Do you know what? Let me try this. Controls, I'm not sure what you mean.
Get ready for the next battle.
What up, Alexander Donaire? I'm ready for Fox. Yeah, I figure I might as well learn some more Heihachi. What up, B-Cause? What up, Majin Buu, Oh, it's asking me if I want to invite Teely. Hello.
Wait, hello?
I guess, yeah, it asked me if I wanted to invite you, so I just
Oh no.
clicked it.
Sorry. I don't know what's going on.
I barely know what's going on either. It's cool.
I just know I'm on TikTok. Well, I'm on TikTok Studio, but I'm actually playing Baccarat in Tekken 7 because
Yeah, Tekken's down.
Yeah, I think they didn't fully update the game yet to where Baccarat is playable.
Right on. Yeah, I didn't even get fucking
Yeah,
Ram.
what I can add on here. I don't know what I can add on here. Oh, I can't add nothing. Weird. Yeah, I can't add nothing. I'm gonna see if I can try to add something.
Okay.
For co-host. Yeah, and then when I go back on live, just invite me. Because I want to be able to show you my screen. Because what I'm doing, I'm actually gonna warn people about Baccarat. A lot of people don't know anything about this character unless you play Tekken 7.
Yeah, I barely know anything about him.
Yeah, so a little info. When he first came out in general for Tekken, he was actually temporarily banned from tournaments.
Oh, wow.
Because he's the only character at the time with a guard break.
Oh,
None of the
yeah.
other characters had a guard break, but because he already had a guard break, they pretty much gave him 3-4 more guard breaks in Tekken 8. So, yeah, have fun with that.
Of course.
Yeah. Alright, give me a minute. I'm gonna try and see what I can do here.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Give me a minute.
Yo, why try? Thank you for the follow on Twitch. He was broken. What up, Drewski? I'm playing offline Last Kaizen. Would I beat low tier god in a match? I believe I would. I think I would. Thank you. My cat's name, her name is Kefla. Laz Kaizen, thank you for the gift. Oh, you're playing with modern controls? I mean, I'm not hating on it. I feel like it definitely limits you, but hey, if it's a way to, especially for like disabled players and stuff, you know what I mean? I see it as a good thing. What up, Naive? Naive. I guess we could take a look at the patch notes while we wait for this. Let's see. So, patch notes. I'm gonna put this up for now, actually. I'm probably gonna end live and whoops, play something else. There we go. No cap. Let's see what they got going on here in the patch notes. So, let's see patch notes. Super Ghost Battle / Ghost Match goes for Ghost. The behavior and performance adjustments applied to each character after the update will be reflected in Ghost data. Ghost data will not be deleted. Okay, so they're keeping Ghost data. Let's see. So that's gonna tell us about the stages and all that stuff. Let's see what they added in the fight lounge. Players in the lounge. So they're gonna have like a list of players in the lounge. That's pretty cool. Message board. That's also pretty cool. So like avatars. So like when the avatar is walking around, like during matches and waiting for matchmaking and stuff, they'll have a message above their head. That's pretty cool. You'll be able to warp to people in the player list. That's pretty neat. Let's see what else. Preset phrases and stamps. That's cool. Ghost behavior adjustments. Special ghost characters. Cool. Uh-oh. Let's get into the player updates, the character updates. So I'm just gonna look at King. After inputting so this is for muscle armor. So after muscle armor and into Emerald Elbow, when an opponent's attack was absorbed, the reversal break property was not functioning as intended. This issue has been corrected. And what's that? Alley kicks. An issue has been corrected with the hitbox size of the first attack was unintentionally reduced only when was input. Okay. So it looks like they not too many big changes. I'm wondering what that change for Emerald Elbow after muscle armor is. I have to try that out. Cause for me, it felt like I would get clipped out of that like pretty often. So we'll have to see what that change is. But cool beans. Cool beans. What up, Anthony Goley? What up, Ranrod? You know why I'm here. I feel you. What up, Famous P? You itching to come across Lotier God online? Last you checked, he's close in rank to where we are. He's Raijin, isn't he? I thought he was blue. Yeah, he's also hard stuck blue rank, from what I understand. What up, Fett? Looks like we're playing Hunt tonight because Tekken is down for maintenance. Or some mecha break, maybe. Honestly, you just be tired of getting so tense trying to hammer your inputs. Honestly, one button supers are nice, but I'm assuming that's nice, but yeah, the reaction was super that quick anyway. Word. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely because I mean, the game moves so fast. You got to be so precise with your inputs. I'm just, to me, that's part of the fun. That's part of the game. Is like, if you didn't nail your inputs, then it is what it is. But I understand that's not everybody's perspective, and that doesn't make people worse or better. It's just, if you can easily put the inputs, like if you can not have to worry about that part of the game, you can focus on winning and footsies, and you know, by all means, right on, Fet. I'm also live on the Purple site if you want to add me or follow me there, or drop me a subscription there. Oh, I probably should have checked to see if the game was working before I went live. In this update, the frame advantage of Rage Arts on block has been changed from -15 to -18, enabling all characters to reliably punish with air combos. So you're even more negative after a raw super. Mm. They didn't shut it down. It's just not completely finished updating yet. So the servers are down. They said Endless is the best at Tekken, so no point continuing this game. Nah, I don't think it's that. What up, Rod? What up, Adrian Flores? What up, Ken? Nah, I'm not done. I might do something else other than Tekken because the Tekken servers are down. So I was just thinking about if I wanted to play Hunt Showdown, but I knew y'all only want to watch me play Tekken. You said yo, yo, Frenchie, yo, Frenchie said you're glazing. Hey, baby. You'd love to see more defensive options because this game's combo system is borderline unfair compared to previous Tekken games, and Teg 2 is pretty damn close in combo damage. I mean, so yeah, I've seen a few people have that complaint, and if I'm being honest, the thing that for me personally, what up, Jace Portal? The thing that for me personally made me avoid Tekken for this long until last year was the fact that yeah, you can get juggled across the screen. There's no combo breaker. There's no dropout. There's really nothing you can do except just like watch a cutscene if you get launched. You know what I mean? Because I came from 2D fighters. I came from Mortal Kombat, which is similar, but I feel like it takes a lot more execution in a game like and it might not even necessarily be true. I'm open to being corrected, but like for me, it feels like, especially with the dial combo system, it requires a little bit more execution to do long, like 50% cross screen combos like that on Mortal Kombat, as opposed to Tekken, where I'm throwing out two throws, and if you guess wrong, then you're eating like 70% damage. It's ridiculous. What up, Goro? And it's not even just a 3D fighter thing, because I was playing Soul Calibur, and that's what I really enjoyed about Soul Calibur was, and it kind of got more Tekken-ish with Soul Calibur 6, but I didn't mind because the combos, even though you could juggle people, the combos were still reasonable. Um, And it might just be a totally subjective thing. I would have to go back and like look at some of my games that I played on Soul Calibur, especially with Taki, because I feel like I was juggling people a decent amount with Taki. But that's always what made me reluctant to try Tekken was number one, the legacy skill, because the games are also similar to each other as opposed to a game like Mortal Kombat, where each individual iteration of the game, you have your original trilogy, then you have your midway 3D era, and now you have the NetherRealm era. All those games are different, right? Street Fighter, they're similar. You can kind of use some legacy skill, but those games are a little different. Whereas Tekken has been more or less the same since, Tekken 3. So you could have people like there's people that have been playing Tekken for the past like 20 fucking years, 20, 30 years that would smoke me. You know what I mean? So that's what made me hesitant to really even try the game. Is on top of the fact that, like I said, you could combo people across the screen, and then when they added stage gimmicks, it was like a whole nother element. Ranrod, thank you for the follow on Twitch. You want Kiryu Kazuma added in the Tekken ASAP? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. You have to tell me which character that is. You say they should add a damage modifier like in Tag 2? I feel it. Endless Glazatary. But yeah, I know them 26 key inputs for a 5-hit combo and Street Fighter kill me sometimes. I paid my dues on arcade. It's time to be tactical. I understand that. Especially if you're an older player, you might get arthritis in your fingers and shit. I have 2 broken knuckles, so especially on a day like today, it's real humid, rained a little bit. I can definitely feel it in my hands. I used to box and shit, so I'm not sure when the servers are coming back up. Let me Google that real quick. When are the Tekken servers coming back up? Approximately 6.5 hours until 7 p.m. Pacific time. So damn, I just straight up won't be able to play Tekken tonight because they're not gonna come back up until 10 p.m. Eastern time. It looks like I'm gonna be slumped by that time. I gotta be in bed by like 9:30. Yeah, well, I appreciate you, Drewski. Like, I definitely understand that. Like, I consider myself an average Tekken player. The rank that I'm at is probably one of the most, if not the most common ranks in the game. Um, I would consider myself an average to slightly above average player. I'm in Eastern. I'm in Eastern time. I'm in Maryland. I'm on that New York time. Um, this is my first. Like I said, the reason why I play with with a fight stick is because I used to play. I'm old school fighting gamer from the '90s. You know what I'm saying? As a little ass kid, just wanting to mash buttons and see cool stuff happen, and getting my quarters took by the bigger kids and the kids who actually learned combos and stuff back in the days. And so, I had what up, AB? Baltimore gamers are skilled but humble. This is true. This is very true. All the Baltimore, really just all, well, Baltimore is not really a DMV, but if you mean like literally like DC, Maryland, Virginia, all the DMV gamers that I've encountered that have been competitive are all very humble. Boom and Soul Calibur, one of my favorite Soul Calibur players. Very nice, very chill dude. Very willing to show you tech and play with you, run sets with you. What up, Obsidian? What up, Gold Baller? Pink Diamond, probably my favorite Soul Calibur player. She's really really fucking cool. I literally ran the sets with her. I've run a bunch of sets with her. Like back when I was competing in Mortal Kombat 11, the last like ironically the last time I was at MAP when it was at the other building, I ran a set with her on MK11 and she beat me. And I was kind of proud of myself until I realized that she hadn't even touched Tekken 8 yet, because we were kind of going back and forth on Tekken 8. She came out to the tournament a couple weeks ago on the weekend for the Twitch meetup, which is where I got this cup from. Um, and I was kind of going back and forth a little bit with Pink Diamond, but then I realized she had no experience on the game, and she was just running off a Tekken 7 experience, and I was like, oh, she would cook me. You know what I mean? Like, but it's fun. It's definitely yeah, it's definitely been an experience. Yeah, I'm Eastern time zone. Soul Calibur is goaded. You were an Aaron Black main on MK11. I was a Jax main on MK11. So my parents, they didn't understand. My parents still don't understand, right? My parents gave me gaming as a thing to do, so I would leave them alone. You know what I mean? Um, my babysitter when I was like 3 or 4 years old had a Nintendo in their house with Duck Hunt and Mario. So naturally when I came from their house, I beg and beg and beg my parents to buy video games for me. So I got a Super Nintendo when I was 4, just because they wanted me to shut up. And I started playing Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, and I was playing the original Mortal Kombat. I probably shouldn't have had that at that age, but hey, it is what it is. And Super Mario, and of course a bunch of other classics on the Super Nintendo. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Um, I don't know if anybody played the Judge Dredd, the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd movie video game. I love that. Separation Anxiety and Maximum Carnage, of course. Um, didn't play any of the Final Fantasies. Didn't play Earthbound. Didn't play any of the Zeldas. Didn't play Metroid. But I played a bunch of other really cool stuff that I can't really remember off the top of my head. Um, Simpsons Hit and Run was goaded. But yeah, I've been playing fighting games probably like not really. Dreamcast was goaded. Dreamcast was up until the Xbox came out. The Dreamcast was my favorite console. Um, the PS2 had classics on it and had more longevity, and I loved the games that were on it. But I don't know. The hype just felt way more real for me as a kid for the Dreamcast than for the PlayStation 2. Even though that hype was obviously way more. I didn't have a Sega Saturn. My next door neighbor had a Sega Saturn, and I got to play it a little bit when I went over there. But they didn't really fuck with me that much because I was a little black kid. So, um, Sega Saturn, like the only games I really remember off of the Sega Saturn were Nights into Dreams and Echo the Dolphin. It's like Echo was on the Sega Genesis. That wasn't really even on the Sega Saturn. I just remember Knights. Oh, and Panzer Dragoon. Yeah, Virtual Cop and Virtual Fighter. I played Virtual Fighter, but that wasn't at my neighbor's house. My dad had a friend he worked with when he was working in New York City. My dad worked in New York City for a minute when I was in elementary school, and one of his coworkers' kids who was like 5, 6 years older than me. I was probably like 6 or 7, and they were like 12 or 13 or whatever. But they had Sega. They had a Sega Saturn. They had Virtual Fighter, and I'd play with them. But Sega Saturn was such a nothing console. Yeah, but it's like if you had one, it was the shit. From all the I wanted one bad. Um, I asked for one for Christmas, But the year that I asked for it was the same year that the Nintendo 64 came out. So my parents just got me a Nintendo 64. Yo, Ranrod, thank you for the gifted sub. I don't know why I don't have alerts on for that, but it is what it is. Yeah, Sega Saturn was a goaded system. So I tell you all what, it's only like it's down to the real ones in here now, the A1 day ones, and the real actual fans, the supporters of me, and not just people who want to watch Tekken. So if you guys give me like 5 minutes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start up a game. What can I play? I have. Let's see. I'll show y'all my little list of games, and if y'all can tell me what y'all want to watch me play while we just chill here and talk. Yeah, Ranrod. Also, I'm also a lifelong fighting game fan. The Wings to Go, the neighborhood I grew up in, there was a Wings to Go. Real ones know. If you know, you know. But it was basically like a little wing spot. And the Wings to Go in my neighborhood had a Mortal Kombat 3 machine in the like in the dining area. So I used to beg my parents to get Wings to Go, and then we would go to pick up the chicken. I would play some Mortal Kombat 3 while they're ordering or picking up the chicken or whatever. I love the original Soul Calibur though. I was a Huang main. I wasn't always even a Taki main. I started main in Taki in Soul Calibur 4 because that command dodge roll just felt so nice. It's basically like Yoshimitsu's spin, except it was actually it didn't cost you anything to do. You could just do it. And they kind of nerfed it in the later games, but I don't know if it was that good in the games before 4, but for some reason in 4 it just felt OP. Like you could just it was like a whiff generator. You know what I mean? You mash that shit and people were just swinging at air because it would like duck lows or it would duck highs, but since it was a diagonal dodge roll, it would also just completely get out of the way of any vertical attacks. So, what up, Jimmy Garcia? Nah, if you want to stick around and hang out, I'm figuring out what else I can play for the night. But Tekken, the servers for Tekken are down until 10 p.m. and I got to get off around then. So, I appreciate you pulling up, Jimmy Garcia, though. Here, I'll show y'all what I'm cooking with, what I might play. I could play Balatro. I might get bored of. Oh, I have Dead Zone Rogue. I completely forgot I still have Dead Zone Rogue. And I got Hunt Showdown. Fett said he's down to play Hunt Showdown with me a little later. How late? How much later are you trying to play Hunt Showdown, Fett? Because if it's like 9 o'clock, I'm probably gonna have to just go ahead and do something else. I'm not gonna be able to stay up that late. I might have to get off around like 9:30. And I don't know if I got it in me to run solos on Hunt for the next like hour. I got RoboCop Rogue City too. I just copped that. Probably not for another hour or so. Got 3 tickets. Oh, right on. I feel it. Yeah, I might just play something else. You can download Hunt real quick, Jimmy. Word. If you know what? Fuck it. I'll run solos and I'll just hop in the I'll hop in VC and like stream to my Discord. I also have a Discord if y'all want to play Street Fighter. Now there's an interesting prospect. Cuz I do have Street Fighter right here. But but I don't have any mains. I've never really played it before. Nah, Hunt Showdown is not crossplay. You wouldn't want to play crossplay anyway. I'm on PC, and that would just you would not have fun. Trust me. You know what? I'll go ahead and run Street Fighter. Nah, I'm a. You know what I will do? I'm gonna play Hunt Showdown. I'm gonna play Hunt. I'm gonna run solos until Fett gets on. What up, Ordinary Human? Play Jury. I was gonna play Zangief. Um, a music stream is a good idea, but my copy of Fruity Loops is not I don't know if I should show my copy of Fruity Loops. I'll just put it that way. I don't have any DLC for Street Fighter. I'll probably get some Sagat when Sagat comes out, but I don't have any DLC for Street Fighter. No, I don't have Bayonetta either. It's already settled. I'm gonna play Hunt Showdown. Give me like 5 minutes to make a new stream because I have to redo everything for my YouTube stream. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take my live down. I do like wrestlers. I do like grappler characters in all fighting games I play. Um, Even with Taki, I spam. I won't lie. I spam the shit out of her command grab. But all right, give me 5 minutes to make a new stream. I would love to see you guys all back in here. I always get really sad that whenever I play Hunt Showdown, nobody watches me play that, but I always get like 100 viewer streams for Tekken. So thanks for watching. Sorry that I didn't play Tekken tonight. Sorry the servers are down, but we will definitely play Tekken Wednesday, of course. Wednesday nights, the usual, same time, same place. But tonight, can't do it tonight. But thanks for the likes, thanks for the love, thanks for the follows. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes with some Hunt Showdown for you all. So please stick around.